So, hey guys, Chauzu here. So I did say about Law and Kid that I don't really rate them a lot in PvP, but I figured why not try them out anyway. And the main thing that appeals with their kit, if we take a look at that, well, they are Free Spirit Driven class booster, but the thing that caught my eyes is that they do the Driven and Powerhouse attack down, death down. And in the current defense meta, the one that stands out of those is Powerhouse. Powerhouse is pretty common. Driven, not as common, not sure why. I'd say that Driven is better on defense than Powerhouse, but you don't really see those int-driven teams anymore on defense, at least in my experience. And not only that, you can further debuff Driven and Powerhouse with a special, and you can also target 3 high HP enemies for big damage. So yeah, I decided to try and build a Powerhouse, anti-Powerhouse team basically, which could be good in the future, but right now I feel like you don't need to build specific counter for Powerhouse, like a lot of things beat Powerhouse. But anyway, there's quite a few anti-Powerhouse units. We have this limited rare recruit Akainu, and he also does attack down, so that's pretty nice, does some good damage, and binds 3 Powerhouse enemies for 15 seconds. And this Akainu has been pretty popular to counter certain teams, both Powerhouse and Driven, since many Driven units are also Powerhouse. So pretty good combo. And we also have the Barto and Cavendish, which I've not really used, so pretty fun to use them on a Driven team. But yeah, they also debuff Powerhouse. So Powerhouse enemies will barely have any defense, so we can do very big damage to them. And Barto and Cavendish also nice for stability with the def up, and then we can use their special to boost their attack even more, and they themselves do pretty good damage as is. So this trio of units was like an easy starting point for the team. Then it was like, what else do you put? And probably the next unit we talk about is probably something I should have replaced, but usually on teams like this you do put Moria, because usually in the past we've had a few int driven, like we'd have V3 Kid instead of Kid Law, so the int boost is pretty good. But yeah, now it's just Kid, Moria and Uta, so not that much, but usually Moria's whole stats make him worth anyway. But I probably replace him now, to be honest, maybe like V1 Doflamingo or something. But yeah, Uta is really good, adds a lot of damage mainly, and also the house stats helps with the defense of the team to take less damage, but the CT is a bit high. But I say that 4 of these units are basically no-brainers, and Moria probably can be replaced. As for the bench, just the best Driven rare recruits there are, mainly the Fuji and don't remember his name, I've not used him in a long time, but they are both very good subs. Anyway, I found 3 teams with quite a few Powerhouse units. Not saying these are the best teams ever, but yeah, we can learn something from it, I figured anyway. And as said, neither Driven nor Powerhouse is really meta on defense or particularly strong, but I know that I do see Powerhouse focused team regularly, and it's not really Powerhouse, it's more fighter teams that just happens to be fighter Powerhouse. But this team doesn't care about that. If there is a lot of Powerhouse, it's a Powerhouse team. And yeah, one thing I noted here is that this team can be pretty slow to start, so you can get overwhelmed. So we do take quite a bit of damage, which is mainly why I felt like maybe replace Moria, because Moria doesn't help anything here. Like if we had V1 Doflamingo, he would actually be helped from the beginning with his passives. But yeah, once we launch our specials, it's basically GG. They really can't keep up with it, like their defense is so low, so can't really take all the hits. And this is a pretty bad team in general in terms of synergy. Like if you do quick on defense, it should be heavily Driven focused. Kaido and versus Akainu, right? But it should be Tesoro, it should be The other movie villain, Shiki. Yeah, I put Shiki too. Try and fit some rare recruits as well. But yeah, this is a more common Powerhouse team, which is, as said, actually a fire team, but technically I think there's more Powerhouse units on this team than fighter, but yeah. So yeah, this was a bit more interesting because this is things you can legit see. First time I see Sandy Judge as well. I honestly have no idea what they do. I know that in the past Sandy Judge saw some use in the very beginning on side teams, I think, but I might be mistaken. No idea what they do now. But yeah, we get a bit unfortunate with attack timing, so we don't go first. We have to eat a few hits. But I feel like we tanked them decently well. Like Chauzu is a bit scary, of course, since one hit goes through defense, but we do tank that, and yeah, basically now when we get going, we're in a pretty good position. And yes, you see, that's why Kino is so good as well. He just binds 3 units, and you don't have to care about them, and you can take advantage. And this is why we like Moria mainly for the Hof stats, and yeah, Barton and Cavendish just cleans up with their specials. So just 3 teammates left, which is exactly how many enemies Law and Kid can hit. So I feel pretty confident that we're going to clean up here. We did lose the Akainu, but can live with that. So yeah, that's a more realistic team, and we did win convincingly. So that's a good sign, but as said, my main issue here is that these defenses are not that good. Like, you can only keep 8 offense teams. Are you really going to keep one offense team that is only anti-Powerhouse? I wouldn't say so. But of course there is the possibility that Powerhouse can get a lot better in the future. Definitely possible. But yeah, it's so random PvP. Suddenly they just drop insanely strong units and suddenly new stuff are viable. And then we can go on a long lull where basically nothing happens. And we get hype units in PvE, and in PvP they look like 2021 units and do basically nothing. So yeah, it's hard to say. Like recently Cerebral got some new units and are very annoying to face on defense suddenly. So who knows what happens in the future. But yeah, off to a good start. We already took out Jinbei, and now we got another nice Barton Cavendish nuke. And yeah, you can really feel that the enemy does not have a lot of death. We just pierce them like butter basically. But I'm also not facing the most invested enemies, so it is what it is. But yeah, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.